Hello, children. Hope you all are good. Today, we are going to start the new chapter that is Industrial Revolution. Here, we are going to discuss meaning of Industrial Revolution and the comparative study of capitalism and socialism. Industrial Revolution denotes all those changes that took place in the field of industry during the second half of the 18th century and first half of the 19th century. Before this period, goods were manufactured at home with hands. And during the period of industrial revolution, the employees made his workers to use machines in his factory. And these workers were paid wages for their labor. So this period marked a great change from handwork to machine work, from domestic system to factory system of production. The Industrial Revolution is the name given to a series of changes that brought about a transition from production by hand to production by machine. So in industrial revolution, what we call industrial revolution, so the series of changes, what were the changes? That first the production was done at home with hands, but later the production was done in factories with machines. And at home the production was done in a small scale, but later by machines the production was done in large scale. People purchased handmade goods earlier, but later they purchased machine made goods. So, this was a transition, and this transition we call industrial revolution. So, from hand production to machine production, from a small scale production to large scale production, from handmade goods to machine made goods. Now we are going to start comparative study between capitalism and socialism. What is capitalism? Capitalism refers to the economic system in which there is one private owner or there is one individual owner who had complete control over the factory, over the commodities, as well as the person decides the profit. But in socialism, a government had complete control over the production as well as the distribution of goods. Capitalism believes in free market. And in capitalism, the private owner, the individual owner believes that government should not interfere. But in socialism, the government had complete control, and even government only decides that what good should be produced. Here, the names are given here, children, who supported capitalism, like Richard Cantillon, and further few more are there. And there are the economists even who supported idea of socialism. I'm moving to the next point. In capitalism, production is for profit. Useful goods and services are a byproduct of pursuing profit. So, in capitalism, the production is done for profit. It means whatever the people choose, so that thing is only produced. So, it is meant for competition. In socialism, the production is done for use. The things which are needed, only those things are produced. Socialism is basically based on three principles. It is opposed to private capitalism. It is the voice of all workers and the working class. It demands a just distribution of wealth. Competition for ownership of capital drives economic activity. It means in capitalism, for the ownership of capital, the owner creates a price system which determines resource allocation, and profits are again the same profit which the owner collected from the market reinvest in the economy. But in socialism, the normal price system is decided by the state to meet all human needs and economic demands. There is no competition in socialism. In capitalism, private property is capital, Private property in capital and other good is dominant form of property. But in socialism there are two kinds of property. One is personal property like housing, clothing, and another is public property, which includes factories, means of production owned by the state but with workers control. So socialism is much better than capitalism. Then, in capitalism, production decisions are driven by consumer demands, the like and dislikes of the people. It decides the production. But in socialism, the things which are in great need, which meet the human demands, are produced. In capitalism, it relies on market to determine investment, production, and distribution decision. It relies on markets. But in socialism, it relies on the planning of investment and production decision. So this planning is completely centralized, or sometimes it is also decentralized, means workers take decision there. Then in capitalism is predominant in countries like USA, Canada, UK, and Australia. And socialism is followed by China, Denmark, Finland, Sweden, and Norway. So, with this, the chapter is completed. Thank you.